it's Peyton with Girls Gone Right, and this episode looks a little different, and you're probably wondering why. Well, because this is actually my apartment. Welcome to my humble abode. As you can see, I'm wearing our new merch, anti-women's rights activist, and if you guys are wondering, like, why, it's a joke. I have a dark sense of humor, guys. If you don't know me, the world is our dumpster. It's funny, it's a parody line, and the point behind this is obviously to poke fun at the left because they started the whole feminist movement, and now it's a full circle moment because these women are finally waking up to these crazy leftist ideologies, and I just want to poke fun at it. I think it's really funny, and yeah, you know, people see it, it starts conversation, and yeah, obviously I don't believe that women shouldn't have rights because I have a podcast and I have a business and I love being able to do this, but it's a privilege that we have in our country that, you know, sometimes we just have to make a light joke. So you can actually shop the merch. The link is on our YouTube channel. We are actually going to be talking about Ozempic today, but before we get into that, I know a lot of you guys are fans from Grantham. You saw us with the collab and you're wondering, why is this girl just not shooting guns all the time? So we do guns. We want to focus on 2A content, but another really important thing is to actually talk about these things going on in culture right now. So it's guns, Second Amendment. We love to shoot guns, but also we love to talk about the culture wars and especially what's going on in culture right now because it's important. We need to have these conversations, but we can also shoot guns too and be a little political when it's needed. So today's topic is Ozempic. Oh, one more thing before we get started, guys. So I know you've been asking us, when is the next collab coming out with Grantham? We're currently working with him on setting a date, hopefully for next month. So November, hopefully we're gonna go out there and shoot some more content. I'm really excited because we've gotten more training. Our concealed carry, we went through that process. I actually carry a gun on me. I feel a lot more comfortable shooting and my target practice has gotten a lot better, and just my proper gun etiquette and safety overall has gotten so much better. I think that's the one thing that I told you guys from the beginning going into it, that I just want to feel safe around a gun, and learning about guns and shooting has done that. So yeah, next time we go out there, I feel like I'm gonna feel a lot better, and we're hoping to get into some like defense tactical stuff. So it will be really exciting. Stay tuned for that. And that's just a little tease for you guys. So we're going to talk about Ozempic, and if you guys have not heard about Ozempic yet, hopefully you have heard about it this week because the trending headline was that they are now pushing this weight loss drug on obese children. So what is Ozempic? Ozempic is an approved drug to lower blood sugar levels in adults with type 2 diabetes. It is administered via injection once a week if used for weight loss. Wegovy is similar and it's approved for weight loss while Ozempic is not. This drug also releases a hormone that slows down your digestion, it decreases your appetite. So that's where these people are getting this drug to actually lose weight on, that's used for type 2 diabetics. But now the fat people have retconned this drug so they can lose weight because it's simpler. I guess it's just easier than, I don't know, working out, eating healthy. It's apparently easier to go get a drug that is not FDA approved for weight loss. Most of the drugs, there is one, but if you're using actual Ozempic, it's not approved for weight loss. So if you're using that, I guess it's easier to just get this drug than it is to, I don't know, change your lifestyle. So some facts about this: Novo Nordisk won't even release their trial results until November. It's currently October right now. They're not releasing their results from the trial until next month, because once this happens, once all of the results and the studies are out there, this puts pressure on insurance companies to cover this drug, because now they're going to say, look, we've done research, it will help people lose weight that are on your insurance plan, thus decreasing X, Y, and Z, because those are diseases that they are at risk for because they are obese. However, we don't know any long-term side effects of this because there's been no studies done. I'm not sure about diabetes because it is being used for type 2 diabetes, but I'm not sure what the long-term side effects are if you use it for weight loss. So there's also currently a bill that is trying to push Medicare to cover this. So we already have one insurance company that is being pushed to cover this. They're saying that it's life-changing. It's going to help people lose weight. So what does this even mean? Because first of all, let's take a few steps back here. Was it not a few months ago that people were praising Lizzo for being overweight, saying that she's the definition of beautiful? Is big not beautiful anymore? Have we all agreed that there is a beauty standard? Because now that being skinny is easily accessible, now skinny is the new beautiful. So why does this matter to you? It matters to you because, as we can see, insurance companies are already trying to cover this. Who do you think is going to pay for it? You. We put our, if you guys know how health insurance works, which I'm sure you guys do because you're all intelligent human beings that follow Girls Gone Right. So insurance works, you pay a premium, right? So that gets sent to the health insurance provider. If you don't have an accident, you don't get paid out. Thus, it's just in a big bunch of money. So then when accidents happen, that's where the money goes. So essentially, like, let's say you're healthy throughout the whole year, but someone else on the plan across the country gets cancer. You're now paying for that treatment because that's how insurance works. So essentially, even if you're not using Ozempic, your health insurance provider may be covering for that, therefore you're still paying for it. Another problem with Ozempic is that this is not the solution to obesity. This is not going to solve our problems. Sure, this is a band-aid if there's no long-term side effects or you don't experience the short-term side effects. If you don't experience it, sure, maybe you're not feeling it right now, but this is simply just a band-aid to just get the weight off of you. And you can't be on this drug forever. It's not made for that. Doctors have already said that this is not something that you can be on forever. It's simply just people are using it to burn off that weight. For example, Khloe Kardashian had that amazing weight loss transformation. She had her own show called Revenge Body, and she did not confirm or deny if she was on Ozempic. But it seems like due to that amazing loss, like she lost it like that and lost a lot of weight, she was probably using Ozempic. Of course, we can't say that, we don't know, but I think she may have been using Ozempic. Another one is Chelsea Handler, Adele. So all of these people, it's very mainstream that they have been using some sort of weight loss drug to burn the weight off of them like that. But now it's becoming accessible to everyone else. It's not just in Hollywood. It's not just the rich and elite. It's everyone else that now has access to this medication. And it's literally as simple as going to an online pharmacy, making a virtual appointment and talking to a doctor and asking to get weight loss medication. They don't do any tests. You don't have to go get your blood levels checked. I'm sure this probably affects your kidney or some other organ, and they are not checking any of these things. So imagine how dangerous it is to be on something that you have to inject into your body that's causing you to not feel the need to eat, and you're not having any levels checked. They have no idea. And this is how bad things happen, right? You take a medication and then they're like, oh, you had an underlying condition that we didn't know about. Well, this is something that is a pretty big deal. If you're losing 30 pounds in the matter of 2 to 3 months, that's a lot of weight, guys. It takes time to take off what you put on your body. It takes time to burn all of that fat that took years to put on your body. And you see these overweight, obese people, and this is not a disease, because granted, some people do have diseases and high thyroid levels or something like that where they can't help how their body stores fat, but there are other things that people, it's just simply a choice that they are simply choosing not to be healthy. They are simply choosing to eat poorly. They're choosing to not take care of themselves. And that's the issue that I have, is that when I see overweight people, I see bad choices. And that's what we need to fix, right? We need to give people the proper education to take care of themselves. And this includes nutrition, because America has a disgusting nutrition system of what the FDA approves to put in our food, but also it's not just on the FDA, it's about us. Like, we have the decision and choices of what to fuel our bodies with, and I see a lot of bad decisions on that. And I see a lot of people, they're lazy. That's what I see, it's lazy. They choose not to just go on a walk once a day. They choose to sit at home and watch TV after work instead of just simply doing exercise. They choose to go through the drive-thru of McDonald's and go home and sleep because their body's so tired and because they have no energy, because they've done nothing to take care of themselves. They're doing nothing to fuel their body, so they just go home, eat, and sleep. And they're so tired because they eat like shit and they take care of their body like shit. They don't take care of their body actually at all. So of course you have no energy. It's like this, literally an infinite cycle of why you feel like shit. That's the actual problem that we need to fix. It's not just jabbing someone with an Ozempic to help them lose weight, because the second that they get off of that, they're gonna feel hungry again. Guess what they're gonna eat? Anything they want, because now they're skinny and they can always go back on Ozempic in a few months if they gain all the weight back. But who educated them about how to take care of themselves? Are they going through this? Anyone that's on Ozempic their doctor has not instructed them to how to take care of their body after this. Like, hey, you're gonna go off Ozempic. You can only be on this a few months. This is how you're gonna take care of yourself when you get off of it. You have to be eating like this, and this is what a proper diet looks like. Doctors aren't doing that for their patients. And what that tells me is something that we all know. If you've seen Dope Sick on I think it's like Hulu or Netflix. Netflix has another one, Painkillers, and it's about the opioid crisis. And I feel like this is very interesting, and it relates to this because it's doctors not giving people the correct information of side effects. That's really important. No one knew how addictive opioids were, and it caused a huge crisis. And it killed lots of people because no one knew how addictive it was. And I feel like this is obviously not to the same extent, because I don't think it's addictive, but I think to the extent that doctors aren't informing patients on what's going to happen after. You're still gonna gain all the weight back. You still need to know how to eat, and you need to know how to take care of your body. So it's the lack of education here, really, that doctors are doing on their part, and something that they should be doing, and probably just so they get back on the medication, right? The same thing with opioids was, hey, we're gonna put you on this. It's not addictive at all, but it was. And why is that? So they can get right back on it. And it was, like I said, like the infinite loop is what keeps Big Pharma and Big Gov running, is that these people are they're not independent. They're dependent on something. They don't have the personal responsibility in the discipline. And so they are stuck in this infinite loop of feeding off of a source. And that's what I'm seeing with this Ozempic crisis that is about to happen. And so something that is really, really important that has happened in the news this week is drug manufacturers are now testing weight loss shots for kids 6 and older struggling with obesity. You're a kid, let's say overweight. The doctor is just gonna wanna stick them with Ozempic. The rates in childhood obesity have nearly tripled since the 1980s. 1 in 5 kids are obese. 15 million kids in the US struggle with obesity. Could it be that artificial fillers and ingredients and the hormones that we're stuffing the food with is affecting our children, and it's affecting everyone else because everyone else is obese because now we need Ozempic? So the FDA did approve this drug, but just know the FDA also approved all of the food in America that is making everyone obese and wanting to put people on Ozempic. Okay, so here are some side effects of the drug. We got dizziness, nausea, stomach pain, vomiting, diarrhea. Intestinal issues can lead to depression and anxiety due to how close the brain and gut function together. Some negative implications include thyroid cancer, pancreatic cancer, hypoglycemia, acute kidney injury, gallbladder, GI, cardiovascular issues, and DRP. And that's just what they're telling us right now. Again, this drug has not been used that long for weight loss. So this is just for weight loss, and for a new drug, that's a lot of issues, and those are really vital organs. How much does it cost? So it's not covered by private insurance companies since it's weight loss, and again, they have to have all these studies that they give to them to try to pressure them to approve something like this. So it costs around $1,000 each month out of pocket. And a lot of people are on Ozempic. So it's funny that people don't want to invest money into health. Like, they don't want to invest money into a gym membership, and they don't want to invest money into going to Whole Foods because it's too expensive, because it's too much money to go buy quality meat and food that has not been touched by our government. But they'll go spend $1,000 on Ozempic to lose weight like that. But they won't actually do the things that's going to give them a long and happy life. They just want the quick solution. So that tells me they will invest in something that requires no work from them. People just don't want to put in the work anymore. People don't have personal responsibility. People are lazy. It's not like it costs a lot of money to be healthy, right? Like, you don't need to go to Orange Theory. You don't need to go to Cycle Bar to lose weight. Walking is a great exercise. The park is free. Actually, it's not, because it comes right out of our taxes. But there are things that you can do that are not, it doesn't cost money. Also, eating healthy is not extremely expensive either. It's just about making the right choices. Like, simply, I just buy meat and vegetables. I buy meat from my farmer, which honestly, I get a lot of meat from them. Your local farmer, you can find a butcher. Heck, you can even go to a farm, and a farm around you that actually sells meat to people around you. You can go there. You can actually buy like 1/4 of a cow and keep stock with them, and they will like freeze it for you and keep it in their freezer, and you can pick it up like once a month or something like that. Some farmers allow that, and it is bang for your buck right there. But there is ways that you can eat healthy, and it's not expensive. So we have some celebs that we assume are on Ozempic, but it hasn't been confirmed. We have Remy Bader. She is a TikTok celebrity, claims that she gained it all back when she was off of it, causing her an eating disorder.
Things like, it's like how much bigger I got and how much weight I've gained and how unhealthy I look and whatever it is. So I've definitely changed my mind, because I really was, felt like it was helpful to other people that I care about or don't know and still care about, to help by sharing my health journey and what I'm doing for myself with the world. I decided tonight that I'm no longer going to do that. My health journey will now be my business.
Which, again, guys, this is just a celebrity or a TikToker that came out and said something like this, that they were on Ozempic, they lost the weight, and now they're off of it, and they're hungry again, so they're falling back into their eating habits, and they gained it all back, and they don't like what they see anymore, so now they have an eating disorder. That is what's going to be happening across the nation if everyone gets on Ozempic, because it's not fixing the problem, it's simply just the Band-Aid. Amy Schumer, Gracie McGraw, Elon Musk even was, people are saying that he was on Ozempic and lost 30 pounds. I'm not allegedly, this is in my sources, we'll link up below. Chloe K, Kyle Richards from Real Housewives. It's scary to see that people are not taking the time to actually think about what the consequences are of making this choice to get on a drug that doesn't have long-term studies on it, that you don't really know the short-term side effects, because the doctor's really not going to tell you anyways. It's scary to see that this could be affecting your fertility. I wouldn't be surprised. Of course, we don't know, but I wouldn't put it past the FDA and the people making these drugs. So it's scary to see these people are jumping so quickly to Ozempic, because it's going to give them what they want, right? They want to lose weight. And they know that they have, it's like Amazon Prime. It is the immediate gratification that it comes in 2 days and you get it and you don't have to wait. No one knows what patience is. No one knows what hard work is or grit anymore. So people are just jumping at this, just like they did with the COVID vaccine, because they wanted to jump on the bandwagon. The government said it was safe, and there was no long-term long-term studies done. No one knew the long-term side effects of this, but people just did it. And it's a vaccine, it's an injection, it's going into your body, it changed your DNA. And a lot of people just didn't think twice about that, which is so scary. And now it's happening with Ozempic. Like, when COVID happened, I feel like a lot of people woke up from that. A lot of people who may not have been moderate before and were maybe far left kind of went moderate, because they didn't trust the government anymore. They didn't trust the FDA's approval because of everything that was happening and because of all these side effects that we were seeing and everything that I can't say on YouTube. But now people are just jumping at it again and falling into this blindly. After everything that we went through in a pandemic, they're falling again to the knees. They're falling to their knees to go back to Big Pharma. So this is just something to be cautious of, especially because they're now trying to inject our children. And I think that is, again, the most important thing out of all of this is if you know a family member that's on this, talk to them. We went through this before. You can't trust what they're giving you, and you have no idea what's going to happen, and especially to the kids that don't need this. And what they need is nutritious foods. What they need is to know how to eat. They need parents also. They need parents that are going to give them healthy food and not let them eat junk food all the time, that are going to give them the exercise that a child should have. We need a school system that's going to care about that and not just feed our kids crap at lunch, because we've all been fighting this for so long that they have horrible food. But we can't let this be happening where all of the kids are now on Ozempic, where kids are passing out, throwing up, gosh knows what's happening to their stomach. They have all these issues, and then they are going to be the case study. So it's a really crazy thing we have going on, and that was just something that I saw this week, that I've heard of Ozempic before. I've heard celebrities were on it, and whatever. I don't care what's going on in Hollywood, but I do care about what's going on with our children. And I think that is the most important thing out of all of this. So it was not gun content, but I will let you guys know I am going to it's an outdoor range tomorrow. I'm gonna go shoot some pumpkins for Halloween, and that is going to be my Halloween holiday festivity. So I'll be vlogging that, and we'll have more gun stuff coming up, and of course, hopefully another collab with Grand Thumb, because that was so much fun. Make sure you hit subscribe so you get notified the next time we have an episode come out. Thank you guys for watching, and share this with anyone, any parents. I think this is just something that we need to advocate for and go against and not let this bill get passed.